Dark Triad is really interesting because it's a set of 3 different personality types mixed together. It was only a coined term recently in the 2000s by Paulus and Williams. And what it is a set of 3 categories of personality types that are mixed together that are kind of subclinical. They're not something that you might be diagnosed with, but that you exhibit certain traits of. And the 3 of them are narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. And when we're talking about each of them, they might only show a certain set of traits to that. So for narcissism, that's often the need to feed your own ego, to always do things that are in your own self-interest, and to want to feed off of all of the energy of others in order to feed yourself. Machiavellianism, that's more of that need to manipulate, to do things, to look at the strategy to get what you want. And often that would be without remorse. You don't really care about the way that you have to do something. The ends always justify the means, at least when it deals with towards yourself. And for psychopathy, we're talking about antisocial personality disorder. That lack of empathy and not caring about everyone else that's around you. Now, if we mix these 3 together, that makes some very malignant types of behaviors where you're using people around you as a tool, as things that you can use for your own benefit, to feed off of and to be able to get your own types of power or want or needs. And when we're talking about historical figures, often we're talking about Stalin, Mussolini, Hitler, Pol Pot. These are characters that would exhibit all of these traits, but they would also probably exhibit traits that would actually be clinically able to be diagnosed. And for the Dark Triad, we're often dealing with people that show a little bit of these behaviors. And so they may not be to levels where they are as violent as the ones that I've just mentioned. I think that some of the things that you would want to look out for the people that are around in your life would be their care for you and their behaviors, not the things that they say. Often we impart our behavior, we project who we are onto others. And so we believe that if we would do good, then someone else might be starting from that exact same place. And that can be the trap that we fall into, because in a lot of these cases, the person's level of having narcissism along with Machiavellianism means that you can be exceptionally conniving, but also really charming. You may be the life of the party, and you may look to others to be actually thoughtful and caring, because you're doing that in order to manipulate someone later. You might actually be using the things that you know someone else cares about to show that you're caring, so that then they'll be obliged to help you out at a later point. So that becomes something where those levels of deception can be really difficult to be able to see. And so in these cases, what you actually want to do is look at what someone's actions are, but not just what their actions are, why you think they're doing it. And the things that actually matter to people are the things that they will do at a cost, at a detriment to themselves. Problem is that people that have this Dark Triad-like behavior can be really good at masking behaviors. So they look like kind-hearted, thoughtful people, but then later you can see that their actions are only for manipulation, or when you can no longer feed them or help them out, that they've already moved on to someone else. And so being attached or being in a relationship with someone, or even raised by someone with these personality traits, can really be damaging to your psyche, because they can often wreck your feelings of self-worth and your self-esteem purposely, so that you have to have them around and that they can use you, because you'll feel like no one without them. And they can often actually look for your weaknesses. They're actually hooking in to see, and you'll see them actually perk up, pay more attention when you're divulging something that they can later use against you or use to control you for their benefit. And that's where that can become really damaging. So it's a little bit on the Dark Triad, those personality types of narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy all put together. You can let me know your thoughts, any interactions you might have had or experienced that you feel willing to share in the comments below.